High above our world, a celestial ballet unfolds every night. The moon, our constant companion, graces the darkness with its ethereal glow. But this perceived stillness belies a truth far more dynamic. To understand the moon's precarious position, we must first grasp the invisible force that binds our universe: gravity. Gravity is not merely a force that pulls us down. It's a universal attraction between any two objects with mass. This gravitational pull is what keeps the moon tethered to our planet, preventing it from drifting off into the vastness of space. The moon is constantly falling towards Earth, but it's also moving sideways at just the right speed to avoid a collision. This delicate balance between gravity and velocity is what defines the moon's orbit. It's a celestial balancing act that has been playing out for billions of years. The cosmic spell is cast. The moon, our celestial guardian, begins its descent. At first, the change is imperceptible, a whisper in the cosmic wind. As the moon continues its descent, the first tangible signs of its impending arrival become apparent. The tides, those rhythmic pulses of the ocean, begin to behave erratically. Coastal communities, accustomed to the predictable ebb and flow of the sea, notice something amiss. A month into the moon's descent, the tides have reached unprecedented levels. What were once gentle rises and falls of the sea have transformed into monstrous surges of water, inundating coastlines with terrifying speed and power. Coastal cities, once vibrant hubs of commerce and culture, are now ghost towns, eerily silent beneath the relentless assault of the ocean. Despite the undeniable evidence of the impending catastrophe, a significant portion of the population clings to denial. Conspiracy theories abound, dismissing the moon's descent as a hoax, a government fabrication, or a natural phenomenon that will soon correct itself. But even in the darkest hours, the human spirit endures. Two months into this celestial descent, the moon dominates the sky. Its once gentle, silvery light now blazes, an ever-present reminder of impending doom. On Earth, the average tide is now over 10 meters high, a twice-daily deluge that has reshaped the planet. The world's intricate web of technology, once a source of pride and progress, now unravels with terrifying speed. Communication networks, reliant on satellites orbiting high above Earth, flicker and die as the moon's gravity disrupts their delicate orbits. The internet, that lifeline of the modern world, sputters to a halt, plunging humanity into an information-dark age. Three months have passed since the spell was cast. The moon, a celestial stalker, now hangs closer than ever, its scarred surface a constant, looming presence in the sky. On Earth, the tides have reached unimaginable heights, their power amplified by the ever-increasing gravitational pull of the approaching moon. As the moon reaches the halfway point of its deadly descent, the Earth is barely recognizable. The once familiar continents, once home to billions, are now fragmented and reshaped, their coastlines redrawn by the relentless tides. The oceans, once teeming with life, are now turbulent and unpredictable, whipped into a frenzy by the moon's gravitational pull. The skies run red. 6 months into the moon's descent, the Earth is a world transformed. Gone are the vibrant blues and greens. The sky is choked by volcanic ash and debris. The moon, a terrifying spectacle, hangs close. Its light casts grotesque shadows on the ruins. The air is thick with sulfur and ash. One side bakes, the other freezes. Oceans churn into monstrous tides. Days of twilight, nights of terror. The moon's descent brings it closer to Earth than the geostationary satellites once occupied. Half the planet is bathed in eerie red twilight, the moon a constant watchful eye. The moon's light turns night into a sickly, unsettling day. Meteor showers blaze across the sky, leaving fiery trails of destruction. The lucky ones are underground, their supplies dwindling. The moon, once a source of wonder, is now their executioner. Section 3. The Earth yields. 8 months in, and the Earth itself begins to surrender to the moon's relentless pull. The planet, once a sphere of elegant motion, now strains and contorts under the uneven gravitational forces. The very landmasses themselves are reshaped as the moon's gravity tugs at the Earth's crust, creating massive bulges and valleys that rise and fall with agonizing slowness. The planet's rotation, once a reliable rhythm that governed day and night, is thrown into disarray. Days and nights stretch and distort, becoming unpredictable and erratic. The once familiar constellations are twisted into grotesque shapes, their familiar patterns distorted beyond recognition by the shifting celestial dance above. The Earth's magnetic field, that invisible shield protecting life from the deadly radiation of space, flickers and weakens under the strain. The aurora borealis, once a spectacle confined to the polar regions, now paints the sky in a terrifying, ever-shifting display of light and energy, visible across the globe. This weakening magnetic field brings with it a new danger: solar winds. No longer deflected by the Earth's protective shield, these charged particles bombard the planet, further disrupting communications, knocking out any remaining technology, and bathing the surface in lethal radiation. The very air crackles with energy, a constant reminder of the invisible forces tearing the planet apart. Section 4. Echoes of what was. The world, now a desolate wasteland, bears only faint echoes of its former glory. The ruins of cities, once towering monuments to human achievement, now lie shattered and broken, swallowed by the relentless tides or pulverized by earthquakes. The once fertile fields, once teeming with life, are now barren and cracked, baked under the relentless glare of the moon or buried under mountains of volcanic ash. The only movement on the planet's surface comes from the relentless winds, whipping the toxic dust into swirling vortexes, and the ever-shifting tides, their movements now less like waves and more like the slow, deliberate breaths of a dying giant. The silence, when it descends, is more terrifying than any storm, a stark reminder of the life that once flourished here. Yet, even in this dying world, life clings on. Deep underground, in the most secure bunkers, a handful of humans huddle, their hopes dwindling with their supplies. They are the last remnants of a once thriving species, their fate hanging by a thread as the moon continues its inexorable descent. The countdown to the inevitable continues. Each passing day brings the moon closer, each hour heralds another catastrophe. The end, when it comes, will be swift and merciless, a final, devastating act in this celestial tragedy. And as the Earth prepares for its final bow, one question remains: will anything survive the cosmic curtain call? Section 1. The Roche Limit. 10 months into the year, and the moon is a breathtaking, terrifying sight. It fills the sky, a colossal, pockmarked sphere of gray and black, hanging impossibly close. The familiar landmarks on its surface, once visible only through powerful telescopes, are now starkly clear to the naked eye. The Earth, once a vibrant sphere of life, is now a battered, wounded world, cowering beneath its impending doom. But the worst is yet to come. As the moon drifts closer, it crosses an invisible threshold, a point of no return known as the Roche Limit. This is the critical distance within which a celestial body, held together by its own gravity, will begin to disintegrate under the tidal forces exerted by a larger celestial body. In simpler terms, the Earth's gravity is about to tear the moon apart. The first sign of this disintegration is a subtle increase in the intensity and frequency of meteor showers. What were once streaks of light across the sky become fiery, deadly missiles, raining down upon the planet with alarming regularity. The remnants of cities, the few remaining natural landmarks, are pounded into dust by this relentless celestial bombardment. The sky, already choked with volcanic ash and debris, now swirls with a new kind of dust, moon dust. This fine gray powder, once a prized souvenir of lunar missions, now blankets the Earth in an eerie, otherworldly shroud, reflecting the dim red sunlight in a haunting spectacle. Section 2. RIP Moon. The disintegration of the Moon is not a gentle process. As it breaches the Roche limit, the tidal forces exerted by the Earth begin to tear it apart, pulling with relentless force on its surface. Cracks miles wide and deep, spiderweb across its face. Chunks of rock, some the size of mountains, break free from its gravitational embrace, spiraling towards the Earth like discarded weapons of the gods. The sky, once a source of wonder and terror, becomes a chaotic, ever-changing kaleidoscope of destruction. Massive fragments of the Moon, glowing red-hot from the friction of their descent, blaze across the horizon, leaving trails of fire and smoke in their wake. The Earth trembles under the impact of these celestial bombs, each collision triggering earthquakes and volcanic eruptions that further scar and reshape the planet's surface. The oceans, already whipped into a frenzy by the Moon's gravitational pull, react with terrifying violence to its disintegration. Tsunamis, dwarfing any seen before, rise from the depths, sweeping across the remnants of continents, erasing any last vestiges of human civilization. The planet, once a tapestry of diverse ecosystems, is reduced to a swirling, chaotic mess of water, rock, and fire. And through it all, the remnants of the Moon continue to fall, a relentless rain of destruction that slowly but surely bombards the Earth back into a primordial state. Section 3. A New Era. The disintegration of the Moon marks a turning point in this celestial apocalypse. Now, as it breaks apart, its reign of terror begins to wane. The skies, though still choked with dust, gradually begin to clear. The most striking feature is the ring of debris that now circles the planet. The Earth, though wounded, has survived. What life will rise from the ashes remains to be seen. Section 1. A New Heaven. The dust settles. Silence descends. The Earth, once on the brink of annihilation, is eerily still. The Moon, the celestial body that had held humanity captive in a year-long dance of destruction, is no more. In its place, a breathtaking, ethereal ring of lunar debris circles the planet, a constant reminder of the cosmic drama that unfolded. Sunlight, no longer obscured by volcanic ash and moon dust, bathes the ravaged landscape in a pale, almost hesitant light. The skies, once choked with fire and fury, are beginning to clear, revealing a bruised but undeniably beautiful tapestry of blue and white. The air, though still heavy with the scent of destruction, is slowly cleansing itself, the winds carrying away the last vestiges of the apocalypse. The Earth, though scarred and wounded, is beginning to breathe again. The oceans, after months of violent upheaval, have retreated to their basins, their rhythms now governed by the Earth's rotation, no longer at the mercy of the Moon's pull. The tides, once towering walls of destruction, are now gentle, rhythmic pulses, their ebb and flow a soothing balm on the planet's wounded shores. The continents, reshaped and rearranged by the cataclysmic forces unleashed, bear little resemblance to their former selves. Coastlines have vanished, swallowed by the sea, while new landmasses have risen from the depths. Mountain ranges, once towering monuments to geological time, lie shattered and broken, their peaks replaced by jagged volcanic scars. A new Earth? The Earth that emerges is a world transformed, a world of stark beauty, desolate landscapes, and breathtaking vistas. Familiar landmarks are gone, swallowed by the sea or pulverized into dust. Cities, once teeming with life, are now silent tombs. But even in this world of silence, life persists. Small pockets of humans emerge from their bunkers, blinking in the sunlight. They are the inheritors of a world reborn, full of potential. The challenges they face are immense. The air is toxic, the land scarred, nature's balance is shattered, life's web torn apart. But these survivors possess a resilience born of desperation. The Earth is not a barren wasteland. Life has found a foothold in unexpected places. Hardy plants push through the scorched earth. Creatures adapted to harsh conditions emerge. The future is uncertain, fraught with danger. But as survivors gaze at the lunar debris, they feel hope. A new chapter in the human story is about to begin.